これがレクイエム。
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy ShoSaga with another video. I am on a different mic right now, so I'll probably sound a little bit different, so don't blame me too much. But if you do like this mic compared to other videos, just let me know. Now the thing is, it's March. Obviously by the video you know it's March. Monster Hunter comes out this month. I know I've talked about it at length, because honestly I talked about it for a while, just to the simple fact that I'm such a big Monster Hunter fan, and whenever Monster Hunter drops, it's such a big thing, because Monster Hunter is one of those games you can really just beat. You can beat it, but it's not really something you beat. You just kind of play it until you have to wait for more things, until you get everything you want, and even to get everything you want may take 100 hours. That's how crazy Monster Hunter games usually are. I mean, Monster Hunter World was so big for me. When it came out, when it first got announced, first of all, it was something that was totally different. It wasn't different as is PlayStation has had a Monster Hunter games before, but this was the first time, in my knowledge, that they've had it on a really, really big system. I always seen it on PSP. I don't know if they had it on PS2 or whatever. I've just kind of seen them do portable ports. That's just what Monster Hunter was for me, portable, Monster Hunter games. Then they announced the world, and it was everything just blew my mind. Every concept in the game, even how they made things a little bit easier. I mean, I see people asking, has Monster Hunter gone soft? Has it gotten a little bit easier, or too easy, and it's not really a hard competitive game now? And I guess I would honestly have to say to those people, I think it is still competitive. I think it's still a hard game, a very hard game, honestly. I feel like the Fatalis fight was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. So I'm definitely on the wave where Monster Hunter is still a great game and it's continuing to evolve. Like I said, honestly, I feel like at this stage it's going somewhere that I don't really want to see it regress from. Even if they do make the switch Monster Hunter, I don't want to see all the stuff in World taken out. I really don't. I feel like that should be staple in pretty much every Monster Hunter World we see from now on. I feel like the ease of access for all those different things are great. It is what it is. Some games get easier over time. It is what it is. And as far as Rise is concerned, I am more interested that I am starting from fresh. So all the time and energy I've wasted in the other games and stuff is erased now. Because Rise comes out and I have to start the process all over again. I get to experience what low rank is when I'm actually afraid of low rank monsters. I get to have that new player experience. Where normally when they do Monster Hunter games, they might do low rank missions and stuff. Now I have one very low rank, very easy killable monster that you do in the beginning to kind of learn the game, and then after that it's just you may see a couple of monsters you already know, like the Rathy and the Rathalos, but then it gets to the flagship, which flagship monsters in these Monster Hunter games actually do make the game for me, because I feel like I'll always remember Nergante. I'll always remember. I don't actually know if he's the flagship. I think he is, because he's on the case. And he's fighting Velkhana for Iceborne, which Velkhana is the Iceborne flagship monster. And I know Nergante wasn't in any other Monster Hunter games, so I think he is the flagship. But I really do like fighting these flagship monsters. It gives you a feel, it is in this region. This monster is the most prevalent, and Nergante was Nergante was probably my favorite monster coming into World, in terms of all monsters I like. Just because the fact that he's the guy, the thing that eats the things that you hate, he's one of the things that you hate, but he also eats the other things you hate, and fights them or whatever. I really did like that, little story bit. So it's really interesting to see all these flagship monsters and see, okay, that's why this monster is here. The whole ecosystem. The whole ecosystem of Monster Hunter is something I definitely think they shouldn't change. They've always tried to do something like that with the DS. They've always had little creatures running around the map and stuff. But in Monster Hunter World, they really showed you where it can actually be an ecosystem. And it was so impressive. When you touch down, it just felt like, hey, I'm really feeling this. I'm really in this giant map, and I got to hunt this creature, and everything feels real. I like that they're bringing back the monster mounts, I guess you can call them. It's a cool little feature I've seen in Rise. I haven't looked too much up about Rise. I say this in a lot of videos, but I don't like to spoil myself too much. I know it's bad blood for a YouTuber and not watch a lot of trailers and stuff, but I have enormous faith in the Capcom and Monster Hunter, so I have enormous faith in their team and I know they're gonna actually give me a great game because, like I said, the formula isn't really hard, to switch up. It's not a hard formula to switch up in terms of Monster Hunter, but they do it so well, and they do like try to innovate things without making it so that it's ridiculously easy. Like, don't get me wrong, some stuff in Monster Hunter World felt like it was ridiculously easy with like the ease of access accessories that you get from the game. So it felt like, yeah, it's a little bit easier and sometimes, but I mean, stuff like the Behemoth fight, obviously that was like a crossover, so it doesn't really count, but it still was like one of my favorite fights in all of Monster Hunter, just because it felt different, and I like that they actually do things that feel different. I'm actually curious to see how the DLC is gonna play out. It seems like Monster Hunter World is coming to a slow crawl. I heard they had like their final dev letter and stuff, so it's pretty much calling the wraps on like Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. So that's pretty much over. It's like a saga or whatever. Now we got Rise, and that's, I believe, it's actually a time switch exclusive, so it should pop up on other places, other platforms, like maybe probably a year after the actual release, which may suck for people who want to get on PS4 and that to be their new Monster Hunter experience. That sucks, but I mean, I'll have a Switch. I'll be playing it, so it'll be pretty fun. Now to ask you guys, do you guys think that you may play Rise? Like, do you want to spend 100 and some hours into Rise, or do you feel like maybe it's not the game for you? It's too close to Monster Hunter World. It's just like a reset. You don't want to really pay for the same game. I think releasing it this way is actually the smartest move they could have done, because it separates itself from like mainline consoles like Xbox and PC and PS4 and stuff. It separates them from main consoles like that, so that by the time you actually get to play it, or it comes out that exclusivity trial or whatever, you'll be ready and hyped for it. So I definitely think it's a smart move as far as Capcom goes. They definitely make great games. They've really been killing it in the last couple of years. They're definitely a company to watch out for. Like I said, they really been go-getters. Like, they really just have been killing the market right now with Resident Evils and just a whole bunch of stuff they've been doing. Has been just killing the gaming scene, especially in a time where we really can't go outside like that, and E3 is failing us. There's a whole other E3 video coming out soon, but that's all I'm gonna say for now. All I want to know, guys, are you ready for Rise? If you are ready for Rise, have you pre-ordered? Have you already have your Switch ready and everything? For me, I'm gonna have to end up getting another Switch because my other Switch is actually damaged, so I'm gonna have to get another one. But other than that, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for this game. I'm ready for everything it holds. I'm ready to get down there and get in a low rank and like struggle against low rank monsters and get to like really high armors and then come back and decimate all the low level monsters and stuff for no reason. Other than that, guys, please like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next video.